Starting an online business in 2025 has literally never been easier. In this video, I'm going to break down three of my top choices of businesses to start online in 2025 and beyond. These are literally gold mines, in my opinion. And as a business coach, marketer by trade, I study trends. I look at, the next up and coming business, like where business is going, the opportunities that are arising. And these are three really hot businesses that you should definitely jump on literally right now. So if you're new to me, my name is Lindsay Hudson and I'm a business coach and I'm really excited. So let's go ahead and pull this out and I'm going to show you guys exactly what to do. I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on ads. I've worked with over 1,500 students and clients. And, at the end of the day, I look at niches and offers all the time. And like I said, these are going to be some of the best and I would recommend you start them ASAP. So let's get into it. So first one is going to be a newsletter business. So you're probably wondering, Latisse, what the hell is a newsletter business? So essentially a newsletter business is a business where you distribute information and trending topics and, things like that via email. So think about like I kind of the best way I can kind of like correlate it is when we think about getting the newspaper every single day, it's like a media distribution business. So with a newsletter business, instead of distributing media through regular old snail mail, you're going to distribute media and education and information through a newsletter. So I would recommend there's some really, really hot niches, but I'd really start looking at your expertise to be, one of the things that you focus on. So maybe you're really passionate about the city that you live in. I live in Austin right now and people are obsessed with the city. So if I was like really, really obsessed with Austin, I would start an Austin newsletter. I would go really niche and go local, especially if you plan on living here, etc. Or maybe you are a doctor. You can start a newsletter for doctors, right? Or, things like that. So you want to go really niche. You don't want to be in the middle where you're just like, anybody that wants to start, like if you're helping people with, maybe you're a digital marketer and you're like, I'm going to help everybody make passive income. That probably wouldn't be the best. Or you're going to help everybody with relationships. If you're a relationship coach, definitely wouldn't be the best. But if you say you are a Christian or a faith-based relationship coach, you can target women, in their 20s and 30s that are looking for their, Christian husband. That could be a really great niche to start with as a newsletter. So the sky is the limit, you guys. I'm not going to go super in depth on like niches in this video, but really where you want to start is your expertise. The reason why I really like newsletter businesses because for one, and based off of Forbes stats, because I got the receipts to back it up, over 86% of people check their emails every single day. 61% of consumers spend a viewing time of at least 8 seconds or more per email. And then over 41% are on their phones checking their email. Okay. So here's the thing. That means basically, oh, it's 88%. Sorry. That's basically almost like 9 out of 10 people are checking their email every single day. So when we think about media distribution, right? I know personally, I check my email all day, every day. And I don't even have notifications on for it, but I'm constantly checking my email because I run a business and I get updates, I get alerts, like I get all my most important communication through email. So if you can get into the hearts and the minds of people via their email inbox, you have won. Okay. So newsletter business is going to be really powerful. You don't, and I actually have started a newsletter. I started it last year, but we're repicking it back up. And the goal with the newsletter, I'm going to be honest, is to sell it eventually, right? I'm going to be 100%. And a newsletter is an asset, which is really, really powerful. When I think about opportunity right now and I think about where we're at, my goal is to have an exit, right? You are going to exit your business, whether you, sell it, you close it down, or unfortunately you pass away. Those are the three ways that you will exit a business, right? So for me, when I think about, it's really hard to sell a personal brand, but having a newsletter doesn't have to be a personal brand, right? We think about, I'm going to show you some different examples, but like the Hustle, Morning Brew, the Newsette over here, this is a really great newsletter. I know they have probably over 1 million subscribers. They have some really high amount. I don't know the exact number, but they literally basically send out emails. I think they send out emails every morning or most mornings where they just give out lifestyle tips. They send out very inspiring interviews and just any up-to-date news that I think they have a primary female audience. They started this and it's popping and it's running really well. And literally they have this huge asset because when we think about the era that we're in right now, you guys, we're in the era of attention. So if you can capture attention, people are going to pay that. They're going to pay you for that. So when you go to sell your newsletter business, right? Because the goal, we trying to cash out, right? At the end of this, when you sell that newsletter business and you are niche and you're very targeted and you have dialed in your audience, right? You will be able to sell for, a good amount of money, a nice exit. Okay. Whether that's, 6 figures, 7 figures, multiple 7, 8, 9. I've seen it all in the newsletter space. So if you like to write and you're really good at writing and you're really good at gathering information, like say, like I always talk to my friends, like a lot of them are like a little mini FBI detectives on social media. If you're good at stuff like that and you're just really good at gathering information, you should really consider starting a newsletter business. So to answer the question, you're probably wondering, okay, Latice, how do I actually monetize, right? And make money for my newsletter business? Here are the main ways that you can make money from your newsletter business. So obviously the exit at the end, but we're not there yet. We have to build the thing. So here's going to be the 4 main ways that you can monetize your newsletter. You can sell your own products, courses, coaching, digital products, in-person events, things like that. And that's going to be really good, especially when we think about if you're going for an exit eventually. You can brand all of this under the newsletter category. Maybe you're the one delivering it, right? But you can still brand it under the newsletter and make it a whole brand, right? That's kind of how we're taking our newsletter. So definitely selling your own products is going to be really, really valuable to an end buyer. So ensuring and that IP transfer is going to be powerful. So your own products, coaching, etc., anywhere from $17 up to $20,000 you can sell with your newsletter because you've gained know, like, trust, and you have attention. Another way that you can make money directly from your newsletter, like from the actual newsletter itself, not, sending them to a product, is sponsorship. So just kind of like when you see, like, have you ever seen like, basically it's like, oh, this is brought to you by XYZ, right? Or like, things like that. That's a sponsorship. So newsletter sponsorships, like, especially if you're really niche, a lot of these advertisers will pay big money, all types of big brands. It's kind of like they sponsored, Instagram posts for these influencers. The same way when you have an asset and email list, you can get sponsored. So there's a lot of it, and I'll make more videos on that later. But these are just some of the ways you can get monetized. So sponsorships, you can sell them for $500, $1,000, $2,000 plus a pop. I know people sell them for like, and they have 2 spots per newsletter. So if you're sending out 4 newsletters a month, 1 a week, right? Because that's the cadence I'd recommend to start. And once you get to that level, you have 10, 20, 30,000 subscribers, right? You can sell $1,000 spot times 2 in your newsletter each week. That times 4, that's $8,000 a month just from sponsorships and writing up a little blurb about their offer, their product, whatever link they want you to put in there, which is insane. The third one is affiliate marketing. You guys are all familiar with that. So like having an Amazon storefront, being an affiliate of products that you really like, especially like the news that I was on there. I'm not on it anymore, but when I was on there, newsletter, oh my gosh, they had so many links and it was like helpful stuff. It wasn't junk. It was like helpful stuff of like, different products and like the seasons and like shopping for fall. Like it was amazing. So I was always clicking links and they're making so much money. I know I don't know for sure, but I can only imagine with as many links as they have, they're making a lot of money. So affiliate marketing is always a way to go and an easy, quick way to recommend products or software or what have you that you're already using. And then the fourth one is a paid newsletter subscription. So I don't know super a lot about paid newsletter subscriptions. What I do know, and I have never done it myself, I've done all these other things, is with a paid newsletter subscription, right? The paid newsletter subscription is basically like, maybe you send out 1 email a week, but if your ideal clients, your audience wants more, you can sell a paid newsletter subscription. A lot of big companies like The Hustle and News and Morning Brew and some of these bigger newsletters, they have more premium content available with their paid newsletter subscription that you sell for, whatever amount per month. Okay. So newsletter business is going to take the cake. It's a low cost to start up. It's pretty straightforward. You just really got to hit it with your niche and then you got to run traffic and grow it. Okay. So I'll talk more about how to grow a newsletter in a future video because that's always people's, how do I get email subscribers? We'll talk more about that in a future video, but I would recommend a newsletter business. All right. Business number 2, right? My sun is very stunning today. So you guys are just going to get me with crazy lighting. That's okay. So business number 2 is a theme and a quote page business, which we also have started. My love of my life, she started a theme and quote page business. So we're really pumped about that. We've been growing it. It's killing it so far. And yeah, so really what it is it's basically, again, it's a distributor of information. So a theme or quote page business is what it sounds like. It's either theme based or it's quote based. And essentially, right, you're basically building up a platform and an audience, again, because attention pays. So when you're building up this audience and you're getting people on, it's built on Instagram. You can build it on Facebook too, but Instagram is where we're building ours. is you're basically sharing, you can like reshare information. We mostly focus on original content, but you can reshare information, share different content. Examples of a theme or quote page is, you guys have all heard of the Shade Room. That's more of a theme page where they share like celebrity gossip. Love.quotes, you guys have probably seen that. Confidently Woman, I have an example here. Basically, um, they're a quote page for, you know, women aspiring entrepreneurs, right? So they share like really helpful, you know, motivational content. And when you're creating a quote page or a theme page, you want content that's going to get shared, because that's how you're going to kind of blow it up. So this content is really good because you're able to monetize in similar ways as a newsletter. And kind of how you monetize is by selling your own products, again, courses, coaching, digital products, in-person events. You can sell merch, right? Especially like if you're not like helping with like a business type of niche or marketing or sales or something like that, merch is a really good one. Events are really great as well. And then you also monetize it by Instagram shout outs. So essentially Instagram shout outs is where you know, somebody would come to your page and they would pay you in a relative niche to basically create a post about their business or about whatever it is they're selling or their product. And the reason why they will pay you $50, $100, $200, what have you, is because it's cheaper than running ads. So they can get their content in front of your audience that you've spent the time, the dedication, and the heart to build, right? They're going to now go follow them. And then from there, they can basically use those new leads to filter in whatever they want. Okay. So Instagram shout outs are a huge way that you can get paid. And a lot of times people will come to you, especially as your page starts to get bigger. And then eventually you can just cold DM people, outreach if you'd like to do that as well. And then the last one is going to be affiliate marketing. Okay. So you can start a quote page on pretty much anything, right? You can start a quote page on pets or a theme page on pets. You can start a quote page on breakups. You can start a quote page on, you know, LGBTQ. You can start a quote page on, you know, moving to a new city. There's so many different ways that you can start a quote page or a theme page that honestly, it's so easy and it's so straightforward, right? It's not, nothing's like super easy, but as far as like the opportunity, right? I think the newsletter business and the theme page business, it definitely takes some grit and some dedication, but the more that you're focused and the more that you're intentionally growing that audience, you will reap the benefits of, like, within 3, 6, 9 months, you'll start to see traction of growth. And that growth is going to land you as a hotspot of gathering attention. And other people will pay for attention because they're going to pay for it some way, whether it's with their time or ads, and they might as well pay you. Okay. So if you're really passionate about something and you're always sharing memes and stuff like that, you should really consider starting a quote or a theme page. You can literally start it on literally anything. Okay. The last one is, you know, not as, it's probably more common that you've heard of, but I want to talk about it specifically from a niche perspective. So SMMA is a social media marketing agency. Essentially what it is that it's like, you can run it as like more of a freelance or more of an agency style, right? But if you want to keep it a little more low key, I would keep it like a 1 or 2 person business. And basically you're managing, you know, social media in one way, shape, or form. There's multiple different niches that you can go into. So how you make money from it is you are trading your time for money, but at a really premium rate. So you're gonna charge, you know, $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $10,000 a month for whatever, like on a 3-month retainer, depending on what your skills are and what your skill set is. So like think of like SEO agencies or ad agencies or you know, Instagram marketing agencies. There's all different types of social media marketing agencies out there. And then I have a couple examples on like the ones, if I was starting one, what I would go into. So specifically, ads are always going to be popular, specifically when you niche down. Okay. So if you just start a very general Facebook, you know, Facebook ad agency, that's not going to work as well anymore, right? Or a general TikTok agency. But if you could focus on like, you know, TikTok ads, or you could focus on Instagram ads for wholesalers, or Instagram and Facebook ads for chiropractors, insurance agents, some of those niches where people are used to investing, you can be really successful if you do that. Okay. So if you are really like data, if you really like creative, if you're creative, if you like data, if you like, you know, talking to clients, then ads, being an ads manager is going to be really, really powerful. The second agency, if I was going into it, what I would start, and I see this, like I was on Threads the other day, and this is kind of what prompted this video, is somebody was asking for like, they were like, I really just need somebody to take all of my old content, right? They have years and years of lives, years and years of like YouTube videos. And they're like, I need somebody to repurpose this content across other platforms and chop it up into short bits. Okay. So I was like, wow, like I know there's a few agencies out there like that, but not a lot. And more so than ever, like a year ago, it was a little bit harder, but you can literally get started with a short form video content repurposing agency so quick, right? There's different services like OPS AI, you can use Fiverr, you can use Upwork, especially if you don't know how to edit, that's okay. You don't need to know how to edit. You need to understand, like, you need to spend time learning copywriting and things like that as a skill and hooks. But all you got to really start to do is start to study the algorithm, okay? And then work with a few clients for free with any of this stuff, like with the agency stuff, and then get some results. And then you can kind of just scale, right? You can literally learn so much about video content repurposing from YouTube, right? Go watch 30 to 40 videos, right? And then from there, find somebody to partner with, especially if you have additional, like a little bit of additional income, right? And then you can start this agency and then start reaching out to people that need it, right? When I think about repurposing, it's one of those things that every single business owner needs, right? You can start with people who make YouTube videos, right? Because at the end of the day, they're already doing long form content, and I can guarantee you they're probably much better at long form than they are short form, and so their short form is falling. You need both in 2025. Okay, so you can go to coaches and course creators and other agencies that maybe want to grow their brand awareness and their presence and their lead flow, but they're just not doing it to the maximum of their ability. So having a content repurposing, like I literally see it all the time. I wish I could just have somebody come repurpose my content. Okay, so that's one that I would start. And then the last one, I kind of was, when I was writing this doc out this morning before this YouTube video, I was like, oh my gosh, with the rise of like ChatGPT and AI and all these other things, right? You can literally start and grow theme pages for people. Like I would recommend doing it yourself, right? Then from there, you can start and grow theme pages. You can literally do that. Like I may even do that. I don't know yet. But like as these are other business opportunities, if you could like create an agency around, something that you need to go get skills in and master. But as the future rolls, right, you can go manage these theme pages and cool pages, right? You can use AI to do this for you because a lot of people don't have the time. But if you could, start and grow somebody's theme page that eventually they can get monetized on, right? You can charge your base retainer, and then eventually once you get them to 10, 20, 30,000 subscribers or followers, right? You could take a percentage of, their sponsorships or their shout outs, what have you. There's this guy, you guys, like the sky is literally the limit. Okay. So when I think about, trying to figure out what's going to be the best business for you, I'd really ask yourself the question of like, what really excites me every single day? Does writing, does video, right? Does talking to people, or you don't really like talking to people? Do you want an agency? Do you not? Do you want to manage people? Do you not? I would start to get really clear on that and ask yourself like what you really want. And then from there, like go for it. Go watch YouTube, go watch 30 to 50 videos of people that are already doing what you want to do and get started, learn the skills, find a mentor, and like take action. Okay. So if you found this video in 2024, because it's filmed towards the end of 2024, going into 2025, or if you found this in 2025, you're finding it right on time for you. And now it's time for you to make a decision, because at the end of the day, the opportunity is there. You just got to go for it. So honestly, it's so crazy as an entrepreneur. I'm always like, I wish I could start all these businesses because they're so cool. And as my coaching business has grown and things, like we have branched off, we started our newsletter business. My partner, she started her theme business, and it's just like so cool growing businesses. And one of the ego deaths that you have to have as an entrepreneur is that you can't do it all. So although I can't do it all, I can still relay the information so that y'all can start doing these things. So go freaking get it. Okay, you guys, it's literally a gold mine right now, and I don't want you to miss out. So if you found this video helpful, comment below, let me know, give me a like, definitely subscribe, and I'll be back with more videos. If you guys like this style, let me know. I know the lighting kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Your girl, she's on a routine, and I had to get this video out today. But neither here nor there. Like these businesses are absolutely insane, and the opportunity there and the income that I've seen of other people is literally crazy. So go get after it, go use your skill set, and go make some damn money. All right. I love you guys. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.